Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I apologize for the lack of content for the past, I think it's about a month now. But Clan Wars was going on, so I was really busy with that. And then as soon as that got done, I've been busy with the family. We've been packing up the house, getting ready to move back home. But I did happen to get a bit of content recorded while, here and there while I was in between battles or whatever. It don't matter. Anyways, so this video is going to be covering pretty much just the last two battles that I was playing around the same time as Clan Wars was going on. So I was working on 3-marking both this vehicle and also the M48 Patton. The Patton did not get 3-marked yet because, well, I don't know. I love that tank, but it makes me mad. But the T57 Heavy is a Tier 10 American 4-round autoloader. Pretty sure it's got one of the highest base DPMs for a Tier 10 heavy tank. And then, the burst damage is 1600 damage. It's just spot on. It's amazing. So in this first game, we ended up getting on Empire's Border, which is it's a good map. I like this map. It's pretty good for anything that's got any sort of gun depression. You can even do well in the fast well, not the fast, but the heavily armored vehicles. You can go down where that Cent AX is. But I'm platooned up here with someone in my clan, and he pretty much said he'd help, so he's here assisting me. I'm going to be going for like tracking shots because assistance damage counts as well. But yeah, I'm just pushing up, trying to get into an aggressive spot on the top of this hill. I'm hoping I can catch one or two of their mediums trying to push on our Patton. But obviously you can see he's pushing all the way up and there's nothing there. So now I'm just kind of, that 5A kind of had my interest. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm going to go try and see if I can clip out the 5A just because I know that he's pushing through that. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to clear him from the game, and that'll free up, obviously, our guys over there so they don't get flanked. I think that first round hit a roof or something. There's a lot of buildings down there. I just thought that by up here, you would actually have angles. So now I'm just trying to clear out a path, see if I can find one shell to enter. But, it is what it is. Premium clip into buildings doing nothing. But whatever. When I go to 3-mark vehicles, like I think a lot of guys do, the credit cost doesn't really matter. You can tell from my loadout I'm shooting a lot of heat. I run food. I'm pretty sure I even run like the little directives or whatever that give you even more bonuses. But this is what you want to see right here. Run into a Russian Meade sitting there, gets lit up on the first round, completely killed. The guy had absolutely no chance to get away or do anything. The burst potential is just so quick and so high that tier 9 opponents, like, they're dead. That's about it. They're dead. Even most tier 10s, you come up, you pull around the corner, you dump 4 rounds, you maybe take 1 shell in return, and then you pull back around the corner and you reload again in about, 21 seconds? This tank is brutal. And I'm pretty sure the combine that you needed actually wasn't that high. I think it was only maybe like 4,500. So I auto-aim there. That probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. But you can see behind me where our Conqueror and the IS-32 is. We're getting pushed there. So Air Force and I were like, well, we have to push up this way. We can clear out the Conch, clear out the 257, or sorry, the 261. We need to clear a flank. So originally I'm like, all right, well, let's push to cap. Secure the win. Securing wins is always better than going for kills, because from the looks of this right now, majority of their battle tanks, they're all put together. The only things over here is like arty and whatnot. So you can see where the downfall of heat is. Instead of killing him, that one hit the track and got absorbed, but whatever, not worried about it. But now, I'm like, well, I'm not going to leave him over there. They're pushing, and, well, I'm going for marks, so I need damage. So originally I'm thinking, do I go up the ridge and just go farm? but I could die. And then the TVP shows up on my platoon mate, and I'm like, alright, well, I need to help my platoon mate because, well, he's helping me. Why would I leave him to die, right? I mean, that's kind of a jerk thing to do. And this EBR comes around, so I'm going to try and pick him. First round, just had to take, and then second one, yep, into the wheel, whatever. So now I'm going to communicate with my platoon mate that I've got 2 rounds left. Last that I saw the TVP, he had 1100 hit points. I can hit him for 700 with both rounds, and he should be able to finish him. And he gets spotted running away. So now it's like, alright, well, I've only got 2 rounds, may as well go for a reload. Him and I, we were using TeamSpeak, and we weren't able to get the audio for that, sadly, but we're communicating, talking about how, pretty much the roles flipped. So that 430U back there is pulling, he's drawing all attention from the enemies. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get him to pull back, because what's going to happen is these enemies, like a lot of enemies do, they'll tunnel vision. They see him, and what they're going to do, and you'll see it here, is that full HP VK pretty much just drives. He goes after the 430U. And by doing that, he's opened his back up to me and a Patton to just completely annihilate him. He had absolutely no chance. And the EBR came back, so the 430U is pulling back to kill him. And Air Force and I are just going to go push on this E3, clear him out, and like I said, I'm going for marks, so I'm chasing damage or assistance, which you'll see here. So he's got 400 HP. Yes, I could kill it, but my buddy, Air Force, is also going for marks, so I'm just going to track him. I'm going to keep him tracked because now I'm getting assistance, and he's also getting damage. He got his damaging shot in, so I'm just going to put the last one in to kill him. And now you'll see, from here to where that Maushin is, this is how fast this tank can reload a 4-round auto-loading magazine. It's insane. So obviously, I only have 3 rounds of heat left, so I'm not gonna go into this fight with one hand behind my back. I'm just gonna load my normal full magazine. At the end of the day, it's a Maushin. I'll have to aim at some point, whatever. So my buddy's coming around that side. I come around this side. Buddy bounces, so I'm like, well, look, guy, I'm going for a 3 mark. I'm just gonna take it. So dump 3 rounds into the side of him. Turns out that's all I needed, but it ended up being AP, which guess what? That makes money. So that's the result on Empire's Border. Not too bad. Jumping straight into the next one that we played. This one's on Fisherman's Bay. And looking at the lineups, they've got a chieftain. They got quite a few vehicles that are they're pretty good on ridgelines. But on this map, on this side, a very good spot to use would be the what is that? The F6 area. I love going up there, especially at the start, because sometimes you'll catch players that maybe they're not as experienced as others, so a lot of the times, especially lower tiers, if you go up to this position, you'll be able to actually catch people trying to get into the town, and, well, they're driving across an open field. So what I'm hoping is that I can get up here with a fully loaded magazine and just unload into somebody's side. That would be perfect world scenario. That would be amazing. And so here I'm just like, hey, look, gloating at the start of the game, talking about how close I am to the mark. And mind you, these 3 marks on some vehicles, if one bad game, it can set you back like 3 or 4 or 5, upwards to 10 games. So gloating at the start usually isn't very good because, I mean, a lot of the times it's messed me up. So that was kind of a bad shot. The timing was, I saw him pulling back, so the fact that I even tried to shoot that was pretty dumb. But from this position, if you don't get spotted, you can actually sit here and you can spot out and also do damage. But here I'm getting unloaded on by a T57, which, by the way, that 500 damage roll, that's a pretty big roll for this tank. Luckily, the second one hit my track, so I didn't lose too much HP. So at the start, I mean, not too good. I've taken damage and I've not done much at all. So now what I'm thinking is, well, they've got an STB-1, they've got a Pantera and a Chieftain, and they've got a T57 heavy in the back supporting. Not counting all the other TDs or arty. So I'm like, alright, well, they've got that ridge. I'm going to push over to where I can make my tank the strongest, which is close quarter combat. So I'm going to take it into the town. I'm going to help out my guys over here. So all I'm doing is, obviously, you turn your turret backwards, because if any of them guys were to poke over and shoot at me, at least half of my profile would be the strongest armor of my vehicle. That's a lot. That's something I see a lot of players do, is they don't turn their turrets to face like avenues that are always guarded. And you'll watch guys get shot in the side of the head, and it's like, if you just turn your turret just a little bit, you'll add different angles, more armor, this and that, and maybe you won't lose HP. But I do that when I drive around backwards or whatever, when I'm pulling back, crossing, like when you cross this road up here and you're turning to the right, fucking turn your turret to the left, because guess what? Now half of your turret is its armor. So we got a scent right there. I'm just going to aim in, load, but a juicier target came, and that's a T57 come to the side. Now, heat rounds. Heat rounds, heat rounds, heat rounds. 2 of those got absorbed by the track, bro. So I only got 1 shot of damage in, but I did get the track, and I did get damage from it. So you can see the assisted damage is already jumping over 1,000. Like, that's good. That'll help. And all of that, like 2 of my shots may have got into the track, but all of that assistance still counts. So that was huge. Like, this game is already, I'm sitting at a, what is that, like a 2300 combined, which that's good. That's about half of what I need. So as long as we can pretty much keep our gun rolling and keep the assistance coming in, that's amazing. So we got the side of a Chieftain. Of course, the first one gets absorbed by the spaced armor, but, you know, I've got multiple others. I'll just shove 2 more rounds into him. It's no big deal. And instead of pushing up, because the whole team's pushing there, I don't want to play a chase for damage, especially when you're surrounded by allies. Because that's, you make bad plays, you take damage you don't need to take. And so I'm just going to come to the middle of the map, because that'll give me so many different angles and avenues to shoot down. But, you know, the Pantera gets spotted on the way, so, you know, I'm damage hungry, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to see. I had a bit of an outline, so now I'm just going to wait for the team to spot. The plan here is he gets spotted and I have shots, but, you know, you can't always get what you want. So I have no shots, so whatever. I'm going to drive up here, go for a reload. Pretty much just said, forget the Pantera. Forget it. We've got so many teammates already looking at him. He's the only thing spotted that you could shoot. Forget about it. I'm going to go for a reload, push into the middle, clear the middle, and then I'm going to start turning my attention to the, like, A3, B2 corner. Because, well, there's no other part of the map that these tanks can be. So as long as I can clear the middle, get rid of their eyes, you know, we should be in good hands. And like I said, I run food and all the other small, stupid things to boost my stats on the vehicle. That way I've got maximum view range, and, you know, just get that STB-1 out of there on the move. And this Patton, I did not think I spotted until people started to shoot him. And I ended up actually getting spotting assist. But from here, what I'm going to do is, obviously, I'm just, you know, I'm trying. 1 out of 3, not too bad. 1 out of 3 is not bad at that range with this tank. That's not bad. Especially with that little itty-bitty pixel of an engine deck that I was even attempting. Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah. Now just going for that other reload. Backing up to see if I can catch that Sturv. Which, you know, he's gone. It's whatever. What can you do? So, what we were doing in the TeamSpeak is he was going to spot the Sturv. So I was sitting there ready to cover. But we ended up losing 2 vehicles in that Progetto over here. So I decided to move up into this position here, these bushes. because that'll open up pretty much all that I can shoot. And the T30 comes up. Now, that shell, that's just RNG saying, screw you, dude, I don't care. But that's 2 in, he's gone, I'm going to fire, and you'll actually see when he gets lit up, I believe I hit him, or the arty may have hit him. Either way, somebody hit him when he was blind, so that's good, whatever. And now I see the Sturbs getting pushed by everyone, so once again, I'm not even going to try for that. I'm full beelining it towards this 50 TP. He's the only person that I could even get any more damage on at all. So, I'm announcing to the team, I'm like, oh, I got my 3rd mark, because at this point, combining my damage with my assistance, I already know that I have the requirements to get that mark. So, or at least progress up. So now I'm just coming in, everyone's closing in on it, and, thank you, RNG, for letting that shell go, because sometimes this gun can be pretty derpy. Put my barrel in the air with the 2 marks, and that is it for the games. I don't actually have the post-game stats or whatever because, I don't know, the replay system doesn't go all the way there. But at the end of the day, I ended up getting the 3 mark for the T57 Heavy. I'm going to try and get the Patton, but I ended up getting a Chieftain this clan war, so I'm working on marking that. And yeah, that'll be it, and I'm going to try and get some more videos out to you guys more regular now that that's done. But just know that I am in the process of moving pretty much across the country. I got a lot of stuff to do back here in real life. But with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.